Iran's supreme leader is vowing retaliation against Israel, saying Israel has set the stage for receiving, quote, a severe punishment. This threat comes after Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh was assassinated while attending the inauguration ceremony for Iran's new president this week. So far, Israel has not taken responsibility, but has vowed to kill Hamas leaders after the October 7th attack. Joining me now, Republican Congressman Tim Burchett. He's also a member of the House Committee of Foreign Affairs. Congressman, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me. And also got Roscoe with me.
Appreciate a little levity as we talk about rising tensions in the Middle East. Congressman, the United States has remained firm on de-escalating those tensions between Israel and Iran. What is the concern, especially for the U.S. this morning?
Well, that we get drawn into it. I think our rules of engagement, as we're in Afghanistan, got 13 brave Americans killed. And I believe Israel does not want us to have boots on the ground, so to speak. They like our support, but that's where they want it to be. Just let them fight this war. And of course, my concern is that this money that has been allocated to Israel has been held up by our executive branch. President Biden has slow walked some of it. So I worry about that as well. But Iran is a terrorist state. They export terrorism. The world jumps on Israel when they try to defend themselves. They took out a very bad man, a terrorist, actually, terrorist leader of Hamas. And now, some people are condemning them for it. And I just don't think that's right. They need to be able to defend themselves. And that's what they're going to do. They need to go out and stop what happened and make sure it never happens again.
Do you see the U.S. getting involved if this war spreads across the Middle East?
Well, I think some of them, as I call them, some of our war pimps would probably like that because matter of fact, it increases their financial worth. But I hope we don't. I hope we just support our friends and stay the heck out of it as far as we can. But we'll get drawn into it some way. They'll accuse us of something. But what you have to remember, too, is under Trump, Iran was basically they didn't have anything and they didn't have any power. And now with the availability of their oil being able to be pumped out everywhere and their economies are increasing, they have the ability to strike out against us. So they know if they hit us or hit one of our embassies, we'll reply in like kind, and I don't think they want that.
Senator Lindsey Graham, during a press conference this week, he introduced legislation to hold Iran accountable for all Hezbollah attacks, comparing the relationship between Iran and Hezbollah to Cuba and the Soviet Union. We've got a soundbite. Let's play that really quickly.
An attack emanating from Cuba against the United States would be an attack emanating from the Soviet Union. We would hold the Soviet Union liable for any attack coming from Cuba because Cuba was a proxy of the Soviet Union. That same doctrine, in my view, applies to Iran.
So Senator Graham's legislation will also include taking out an Iranian oil refinery after every Hezbollah attack, saying the refineries fund terrorism. I think you were just sort of touching on this topic. Do you agree with that?
Well, my friend Senator Graham, and he is my friend, he likes war a little more than I do, I believe. But yeah, I think you have to make it of equal or actually greater consequences. They hit us with one, we hit them with 40. Because that's the way you got to put these people out, and that's the only thing they understand. That's the only thing they've understood for thousands of years. So in effect, yes, but you can't just put anything a tit for tat. I don't think in legislation. I don't know how you work those equations out, but I would warn Iran not to mess with us, especially if Trump comes into the White House, because I think that would escalate it completely beyond what they think. What they realize. But you got to realize, too, they have to have an enemy. Iran, the leaders have to have an enemy, and that keeps their people in power, and it keeps them, I think, uneducated as well, because that's exactly what they want is they want a little skirmish, and they don't mind sending their young people out to die. And it doesn't, they have little or no consequences other than it paints us as the great Satan, and it keeps their leaders in power. So, I would think if we hit them, we would hit them greater consequences. So, but I'm not sure about putting something like that into legislation. it's a great election year kind of thing. I don't know that it'll do much in the House, that kind of legislation.
Okay, Congressman Tim Burchett and Roscoe.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.